Hello, thank you for joining me. This video is about Saturn going into Aquarius, but primarily about Saturn's transit into Dhanishta Nakshatra, which is literally from 23 degrees 20 of Sidereal Capricorn to 6 degrees 40 of Aquarius. So this is a very successful nakshatra where you will see that we are invited to actually embrace the rhythm of life and to achieve, to succeed and move forward. So it's going to be a very wonderful nakshatra, and the transit will be very good. So on the 18th of February, Saturn will travel from Shravana Nakshatra, fixed star, to Dhanishta. So it just means that all the fear that we have had this past, 2 years really will be nearly, since 24th of January 2020, will come away, and there's going to be an end to everything that's happening in the world. Saturn is also sitting in Dhanishta, means it's sitting in Mars's nakshatra, and this is also the nakshatra where Mars itself is exalted. So, excuse me. So it brings the energy of Saturn and Mars, which is very much about infrastructure and in more like mundane terms, but for us will be more like putting more foundational things into our life. So wherever Mars is in your chart, have a look at that. But obviously I'm going to go through ascendants, and for every ascendant, Mars is going to be ruling 2 houses, and also so will Saturn. So we need to look at those, see what houses they actually impact. I just wanted to give you some dates actually. So obviously Saturn will be going into Aquarius on the 30th of April. On the 4th of June it will go retrograde in Aquarius, and then on the 12th of July it will actually go into Capricorn, back into Dhanishta, still in Dhanishta but in Capricorn side. And it will go all the way back to about 24 degrees 26, which is in the Navamsha, will be roughly, it will actually go into, so Saturn will be in Leo then. So it will be quite interesting time about leaders and politicians, and see what, because I think this, the whole thing about this Saturn's moving into Dhanishta will be restructuring of all governments around the world and all leaders basically. So there will be new fresh way of doing things. So I guess our responsibility is to go out there and vote. That would be amazing. Then we have, I've noticed also when it goes into it goes into Leo in D9, Jupiter will be with it as well. So we will have more spiritual, more aware, more wise leaders as such, which is really good. That's going to be pretty amazing. I think there's going to be a lot of things that have gone wrong. Will be it's good that we're going to learn a lot from it. And I think maybe we have also taken our eyes off things, so time to take responsibility for our own actions and taking our power back. This is the most amazing thing about Dhanishta, because it makes you really realize your power. And it goes direct on the 23rd of October in Capricorn, and we'll go back into Aquarius on 17th of January 2023. So there is a lot of emphasis on Dhanishta, which is this amazing nakshatra of rhythm of life and success. So this is obviously a very prosperity giving nakshatra, so we want to use it effectively in our own lives. And it's very upward looking, and the first part in Capricorn will be very good at sort of logically putting things together, planning. So you want to look and just see, so wherever Saturn is in your chart, you want to look at where Saturn will be, what house, because obviously you'll be crossing 2 houses, so it will be like going from Capricorn to Aquarius. So the actual aspects of it will be, you want to have a look at that till the 30th. From 30th onwards, obviously, it's going to be going into Aquarius. So, but generally will be all about achievements, about balance, and it invites us to actually put more hard work into things, but more result-driven hard work. So we want to be have frameworks in place. We want to have results. We want to also share all the goodies that we get, all the results with our community and our friends. So this is more about sharing with others than just like hogging everything yourself, which can be like a little bit Capricorn. So we learn about like how we get our power back and how to embrace the changes that came through, because I guess what's happened is Saturn's transit in Shravana made us kind of nervous about things, and then we've kind of realized now this is the time where we'll be thinking like, what did I learn from this, and how could I go forward in life now without actually giving into that sort of thing anymore. So let's start with Aries Ascendant. So for Aries Ascendant, this is very transformational time in the sense because you have been working so hard. Saturn has been in your 10th house for a long time, and on the 30th, when he goes back into Aquarius, you will actually get more fruits for your hard work. This is the most amazing thing about Saturn, that it always kind of rewards you for your hard work. It's not going to, it might take its time and make you be patient about the results, but it does give you results. If you do the hard work, you achieve, and you will be noticed too. And it really shows you humility as well. So transformational things will be happening about your work, and can lead to a more financially stable and financial gain too. This also, there's a responsibility that can limit your time that you spend with your larger groups of friends, because you know you're much more doing your 10th house stuff, which is all to do with paying your karma to the world, working, and it kind of balances that in order to be able to have your lifestyle and sustain your home. You probably will limit the number of friends that you see. You become like more aware of your energy levels and where it should be directed. The transit is also about working with the rhythm of life, so we can learn to be more patient, more humble, and more serious about our responsibilities. People will notice your humbleness and integrity as your vision is more about more humanitarian and community-based stuff, and long-term benefits of your projects rather than short-term gains. You start to feel more expressive and just really enjoying the inner happiness and security. And you may want to start thinking of long-term plans with loved ones, maybe finally get the engagement ring or get engaged and have a legacy by starting a family. Nice things, you know, it's all about commitment for you. You will naturally attract people who are similar in values and thinking to yourself. Now for Taurus Ascendant. Taurus Ascendants is what will happen for you is that your work will become the big focus of your life, and you want to do the jobs that are more meaningful and have more long-term benefits for your community. There will be also, you will be challenged more, learn new skills. You will be very busy though, multitasking. So you need to just use this energy of Mars and Saturn to lay good foundations, good steady plans to be logical and get the help when needed. You can face some secret enemies who don't tell you about their issues and create some obstacles for you. But Mars will give you the logical solutions. They just need more of the limelight and your support. So be generous and allow them to shine. You may also feel a need to move home, relocate, or get a new car. New relationships can come in, and so it's time to invest in that and have that balance between your home life and also your career as such. And there could also be some health issues, but you can overcome this. You would want to be putting more effort into completing any task that you start before you start a new one. And remember to rest, take breaks to rejuvenate, and you could also there might be chances for you to work abroad. For Gemini ascendants, you could have maybe you have had some marital issues or some problems. Maybe your partner has had some health issues. All these things can look better. You start to take control of your life and and also your health and wellness. Work can become busy and more fruitful. Better opportunities and great connections to reward your hard work. You start to look at ways to save money, eat better, spend time with close family, and see more of your children. Feel more romantic, passionate. And you just literally want to start connecting more with friends that you have not seen for a while, or maybe even your elder siblings. Saturn will reward your hard work with better flow of money. You start to watch your diet, fast maybe, and be more choosy about your food. But you also become more active. You might be facing some obstacles, but you can be successful at it because you have done so much hard work, having that Saturn in your 8th house for some time. Now for Cancer ascendant, this is a fantastic opportunities are coming to your work. Your dedication for the last 2 years will be rewarded by respect and recognition at work. Great time for education. Saturn will be in your 8th house, so some relationships could end, but it could also mean that you could also commit to each other a bit more seriously. You find you have you can save money more easily. This could lead to you wanting to gain a new home, have more fun in life, and if your mum has been unwell, this can also improve during this time. You certainly will be more careful with money and want to invest more, and you probably will not want to do anything risky though. So career is the thing for you, and success in career as well. For Leo, this is time for change at home, moving into a new place, somewhere to make you feel safe and cozy. You will also be more attentive to your mum and her needs, whilst also wanting to have your own emotions and feelings on the forefront as well. Saturn transits is very kind of work and relationship focused this time. This is a major time for you, for all those, for a balance between the 4th and 10th house. All the service and hard work that you have put into your life is now being rewarded by success at work, respect of others. It has given you, it might have given you some issues with partner, but now you have more balance in life. Things will be more steady. You start putting more focus into connecting with dad, education, learning, communication with father, even become more vocal and better better realised about your belief system. You could also plan some time away, enjoy that much needed rest. This will be a period where you really think about true happiness, inner happiness, not the outer happiness. So it's all about fulfillment from within. And realising that, I guess, there's no security out there. Security comes from within. For Virgo, Virgo will leave their worries that they've had about their family, money, and providing for them behind, as Saturn now rewards their hard work and leaves their 5th house. Their dedication allows them to connect more, express more, complete more, and generally be more about fun and enjoyment. Travel could be another thing that could be the focus for you. You expand your horizons and your skills. You learn to be more fearless and surrender to changes. You'll be definitely happier, more creative, and more joyous. And I do wish you well, because I know it's been quite difficult sitting on your 5th house. It couldn't have been easy. Just, but you know, it's all coming to an end. So it's always good. You know, sometimes these lessons can be really quite harsh, I know. So now for Libra Ascendants, this is going to be, you've had to face some of your deepest fears. Now this transit will help you build on the inner security, building and invites creativity, fun and romance into your life. You've learned to be, to trust, to surrender and to receive. Receptivity will be the very basis of this transit. You will get the respect of your friends, be more choosy about your choices, food you eat, how you spend your money. You want to put effort into your relationships and communicating well with partners, and at work with all your colleagues. All about learning to stop beating about the bush and bravely go for your heart's desires. Scorpio Ascendant, this transit will be great for you, as 3rd house Saturn can make one feel unsettled and give fearful thought process. However, it has been making you more inclined now to socialize and have fun, travel, connect with friends, siblings, etc. You have been thinking a lot about, and now you want to get some action. Plan how to overcome enemies, debts, and improve your home environment. Repairing or redecorating, and also things like ticking things off your list, if you like. You will become a bit more serious about the whole role you play in your own happiness, your service to others, your career. Saturn makes you work at problem solving with vigor. Look at independently making improvements to your health, and see it as your responsibility. Working hard and giving service and overcoming any issues that you might have with daily routine, exercise and nutrition. Sagittarius Ascendant, this is a much needed transit for Sagittarians, as there has been limits or limitations on money and resources, and obviously the 4th aspect of and the 4th house had been aspected as well. House of security and happiness was afflicted by Saturn. Now time to complete and end all these shackles, as a whole new energy is coming in. More money, more learning, more community projects, belief system and responsibility of children, students, education, putting effort into the fruits of your life, which are little ones, responsibility to your father, and completing the higher education courses you've started. Give time to siblings and your father. It really is kind of connecting you with all the things to do with the 9th house, which is quite beautiful. So I wish you well. So it could also be travel And if any of you have been also writing books and things, it'd be a good time to really get with it and publish something. And this period we've all learnt a lot, so it's nice to share it, because this is part of history and what's going to happen. The actual results of this transit of Saturn generally in Capricorn is going to be pretty something. By the time we come out of it and realise exactly what's happened, we realise we have been part of a massive movement in history. For Capricorn Ascendant, this transit creates expenses in your life. So expenses in your home, maybe some costs for your car and also your family, a new home even. So you're likely to spend your time with a more select number of friends, feel like you want to give more to your community and family. This is not just necessarily just about money, it could also be your time and your efforts. This is just as good as money. There may be some changes in your financial status. Generally a good transit for some and letting go, gain of new home, and just generally feeling more happy. And I can imagine that has been quite hard actually in that sense, because just it probably was quite a difficult, very difficult for Capricorn, having had those limitations and the seriousness that he has created for you. Very difficult. For Aquarius Ascendant, more commitment to yourself comes through. More likely to shine at work by sheer hard work, effort and determination. Will make you feel more likely to learn skills to further your status at work and earn the respect you deserve. People will see you for the hard worker that you are, for your tenacity, and you're also more likely to become more serious about your partnerships at home or at work. It probably could be good to actually get more out of people by talking to them nicely, so that they could feel important and you could also build nice relationships. As Saturn is in your first house, do more Venusian stuff to enjoy life, because obviously Saturn can actually make somebody feel a little bit melancholy and sad. But if you do more Venus stuff, Venus is also your Yogacaraka planet, so doing things to do with Venus will really be good. So that could be like, try to have dinner parties at home, try to go out more. If you're in a relationship, try to book like tickets to the theatre, go for walks, go for picnics. Even if it means you have a picnic date in your own garden, just do it. Do nice things. And when you are, like for example, sitting down for a cup of tea and some biscuits, just make sure you lay things down nicely to clear the table out, maybe put a flower in the vase, something like that. Just do more Venusian stuff, because Saturn can make you really be hard on yourself and you want to just lift yourself, and when you do that, it actually does work really well. So you want it to be all work and no play. For Pisces Ascendant, a very spiritual time for you, where you find devotion through religion, spirituality, family, belief system. You might travel overseas, do more charitable ventures, spiritual retreats, breaks, and find ways of letting go of old belief systems that hold you back. More energy into service, maybe even doing things like, for example, working at an animal rescue place, or volunteers at a zoo, or even like at maybe these centres where they do things for disabled people. Those kind of things will really help. You'll just get so much joy out of them, and you're more energy. I'll put down also the elderly and unfortunate people too. You become and take a responsible role to look after your dad, family, and your values. You will find being generous at workplace and showing humility will really help you with your inner peace. and that is exactly what it's all about, really. So I just wanted to just say that this is it's really massive for Saturn to be in Aquarius, because Aquarius is also the multi-cone sign. It's like the head office for Saturn. So Saturn is very, very strong, but very not so stern, not so serious. It's much more about people, much more about community, and it's going to give us what we want, you know. So we all will feel this need to actually be doing things for our immediate family, our immediate community, and our nation, and then we will spread the love. So this will be a very amazing time. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.